Hello and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Dani Vittori, and today we have on two guests from the Greater Lynn Senior Services, their CEO and the nutrition manager. Thanks for coming on the show.
Happy to be here.
Pleasure to be here.
And I know I just briefly did it, but could you just quickly introduce yourselves for the audience?
Sure. I'm Kathryn Burns. I'm the CEO.
And I'm Nick Anander, the nutrition program manager.
Great. So I guess we're just going to dive right into it. So I know the Phoenix Food Hub is a collaboration of many different organizations, for sure. But one thing I know you wanted to talk about was specifically Greater Lynn Senior Services and like your mission and how you help others. Did you want to talk about that a little?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So Greater Lynn Senior Services has been around for almost 50 years. And we started out focusing on the care of elders, and we are a Massachusetts area agency on aging and an area aging service access point also, which means we focus on keeping elders in their home through a variety of home-based services. And so we've been doing that for a long time. But about 10 years ago, we started also caring for and doing intensive case management for folks all the way back to like 3 years old, all the way up to 107. So we're partnering with several different organizations to create another way to keep folks in their homes, even little kids, who have complex health and behavioral health needs. So we're not just elder care anymore. We're really trying to broaden our scope and make sure everybody understands that that's who we are now.
You help a broad variety of people in the community.
Exactly. And so as part of that, and as the pandemic certainly showed us, food insecurity became very obviously a need in Lynn. We were on calls, at least once a week during the first year of COVID with other partners in the city, and I would hear over and over again, well, we, X-agency that doesn't do food provision, had to find 800 meals today and that sort of thing. So people who weren't doing food work already were having to do it because of the pandemic. And what we saw at Meals on Wheels that we do, as well as throughout the city of Lynn, was a much increased need because of the pandemic. So as that was simmering down a little bit, we decided that food insecurity was something we as an agency needed to focus on. And we've made these great partnerships with other Lynn not-for-profits and the city of Lynn. And we are an active member, of course, of the Lynn Food Task Force. Mm-hmm. And we now house at 8 Silsby Street. We have a food pantry run by Catholic Charities. And we have a whole group of services that we are providing in the other pieces of that first floor.
Yes, I remember that because it opened back in
December.
Yeah, December. I remember I was there for that ribbon cutting. That was
good.
That was a great event.
That's right.
By the way, yes.
I remember.
And I'll ask you, Nick, you're the nutrition manager, so that feels like food insecurity would be a big piece of your job.
Absolutely. As Kathy mentioned, Meals on Wheels became massive during the COVID outbreak and the pandemic. We skyrocketed to over 1,000 meals a day doing just Meals on Wheels. And that just kind of showed the broader scope of how food insecurity was affecting the city of Lynn and the outer cities like Saugus, Swampscott, and Nahant, and Lynnfield as well, because we do Meals on Wheels out there. So it just showed that this was a need for the city that we absolutely needed to get going. And I think once it started, it showed that there are numerous possibilities with the first floor of Phoenix Food Hub and what we can do. And we've already started some programs. For instance, we have the Food Project, who's a Lynn program, hosting winter farmers markets in the space already, the first and third Saturdays of each winter month. So that's been a great success, as well as the Brown Bag Program, which is a mobile market hosted by the Greater Boston Food Bank. That happens every third Friday at 8 Silsby Street through the Phoenix Food Hub. So it's a healthy bag of groceries delivered to you would come and pick it up, any consumer would come and pick it up at 8 Silsby Street between 9 and 11 on the third Friday of each month, and it's just non-perishable food items that you'd be able to pick up. So that's just some of the programs that we're doing at the Phoenix Food Hub already, and that just started. So a lot of options coming up in the queue.
Oh, you definitely did. Sorry.
Yeah.
You go.
And we through the gracious and generous funding of Mass General Brigham, we've created a handicap accessible, fully handicap accessible teaching kitchen there, and we're about to have some groups come to do some teaching at the center. So that's through.
Many different programs already have expressed interest in using our teaching kitchen, whether it's teaching young college girls who are going to college for the first time and don't know how to cook for themselves, or elders that need to learn how to cook for themselves by shopping both cheap and healthily. It's just little different programs here and there that different programs are going to try to utilize our teaching kitchen for the betterment of a lot of different programs out there.
Right. I think New Americans group is coming.
The New American Center, the Food Project, as well as hopefully we can do some demonstrations with Catholic Charities, who already operates the food pantry there. We could do demonstrations on how to shop there and then cook it right next door at the teaching kitchen.
Right. So it's such a nice collaborative space because the food pantry's right there. People can go in there and come back out and then learn to cook it. We also are already partnering with Lynn Community Health Center and our nutritionist who we're doing when folks present at the health center as food insecure, when they're seeing their primary care physician, with their permission, they're referred over to us, and our nutritionist meets with them and helps them talk through what insecurity is for them and how we can help with that. And some of it is just, well, let's walk across the hall here and go to the pantry and let's walk through here and figure out what we can get for you that'll help. So these collaborations are just the cornerstone of what we're doing, and we're so grateful for all the enthusiastic partnerships that we've created.
And it's great to have such collaborations because they are all interconnected, like health, food insecurity, being able to both buy and cook healthy foods. It ties directly into your health and how well you can live.
Oh, yeah.
There's a program, Food is Medicine, and this just shows how important that is.
Yep. And we're also soon going to be collaborating with Mass General and their experts on a food and thought program also, where our nutritionists and our navigators in the center will help folks who may have some behavioral health issues that, oddly enough, or maybe this is news to you, but sometimes food contributes to your behavioral health. And actually a lot of times it does. And this new way of thinking about that will help some of our folks when they get connected to that service as well. The sky is really the limit about what we're going to be able to do there, and we do feel like food is one of the foundations. Food, housing, support of just general support, human support, are really the basis of how we do our job at Greater Lynn Senior Services.
Definitely, and you said COVID sort of exacerbated it, I guess, but it was showing issues that were already there,
Exactly.
and now you're getting to collaborate and create programs that address those issues.
Exactly.
Correct. It really brought it to the forefront, and that just showed how important it was to start fighting the food insecurity within Lynn, as well as the surrounding cities.
Right. It's interesting. Mass General, for example, has truly become a community-facing organization now, and really trying to support agencies in the community to do that kind of work and collaborate with them to do that, and we're very grateful for that.
And also through Mass General, we have every Friday now a vaccine bus coming to the food hub. So it'll be there offering vaccines, boosters, as well as blood pressure screenings and flu shots as well.
And masks and tests and anything else you need. It's right in the parking lot when we are open on Friday mornings. So
It's great.
easy to come and see.
It is. It's all kind of right in one place. Like you said, someone could
Exactly.
go.
One-stop shop, one-stop
That's
nutrition
right.
shop.
There you go.
That's right.
You come there to get food, teaching kitchen, and then any vaccines or screenings they may need.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I know, I said one quick question before we wrap up. You said you're talking about so many of these amazing programs, and as they're growing, as you're looking towards the future, what would you say your goal is kind of for this next year when you're thinking about it?
Well, to really have the food hub humming at all, all day and into the evening. We really want to be a resource for everyone in Lynn, the citizens themselves, our fellow nonprofits, our, the like-minded agencies that are doing the same kind of work. We really want it to be truly a hub where people think, oh yeah, I got to go there for that.
Yeah, we want it to be thought of as if you need something, the first thing you think of is Phoenix Food Hub. You'll go there as a source. We offer, if we don't specifically offer what they're looking for, we know where to go for that kind of thing.
Right.
So it would be a directory kind of pointing them in the direction that they need to go to.
Exactly.
And you said, once again, you're located on, it's Silsby Street. Yes, that's
8
what
Silsby Street, that's right. In the old Council on Aging building, or first floor was the Council on Aging in our building. So a lot of people know it as the former senior center, but now it's the Phoenix Food Hub.
Great. And I want to thank you again for coming on to talk about it. And just ask, is there any other point you wanted to make or anything else you wanted to mention before?
Come on down.
Yeah, come on down to Phoenix Food Hub.
Great. And again, thank you so much. And once again, this has been the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Dani Vittori, and we will see you next week with more guests.